Hey Glam, back here with another hair video. In this video, I'm going to be going in showing you all how I keep my length as well as my moisture retention. I'm going in with the Shea Moisture's 100% pure raw shea butter, and I credit this to, along with the hair greases, on how I'm able to retain the length as well as the moisture retention. I did a previous video using the G.L.A.M split in therapy products, and I do believe that's aided in the length retention, but I've been using some tried and true methods for years that's helped the overall growth as well as health of my hair. So as you all see, I'm just going in and doing some light detangling from the ends, and this is basically the same day hair that I had from yesterday when I did my length retention slash split in therapy products. So now I'm just going to be going in sealing in that moisture, because I don't want to apply a whole lot of product to get the product buildup, because I do not wash my hair on a regular basis. But again, just look at the length that I was able to retain just by using some basic tried and true methods. Number one, not doing any major over manipulation of the hair. I don't do a whole lot of protective styling. I don't do a whole lot of tugging. I don't do a whole lot of pulling. And I also have a no heat policy where I try not to put no heat at all on my hair, other than just the elements itself with nature if it's hot outside. I also do not do any coloring, nor don't do any harsh chemicals on my hair as well. So I also credit that to the lip retention and also the protective styling. My hair is very fine, it's very soft, so me using those styles like the updos, the braids, they do not suit my hair well at all. It does cause breakage, which will not result in the lip retention. So I'm going to section my hair in sections, and it's always best to work in sections, you all. I cannot stress that enough. And I'm going to be going in with my Shea Moisture's 100% pure raw shea butter. You can also use hair grease, butters as well, but I'm on to the shea butter phase, and it's pretty much kind of like clumpy. So I'm just going to put it in my hand and soften it, and it's going to warm it up and melt it down some. And all I'm going to do is, once I soften it like I did, I'm just going to go in and apply directly on my scalp, directly on the scalp. Now for some, they claim that putting hair greases on the scalp clogs the pores. I never experienced that. I pretty much debunked that myth, because when we was growing up, hair grease was and still is a staple in our community. And you got to think, back then our hair was very long down our backs, and it did not stunt our growth. And that, in fact, our hair grew tremendously as a result. So I'm just going in at the top right here. And shea butter in the wintertime, you all, is just extremely hard to melt because of the weather being so cold, and it just solidifies so hard. So that's why I'm rubbing a little bit harder. And I'm pretty much applying to the ends, separating and applying directly on my scalp. Now shea butter, being that it does not have like the petroleum, the mineral oils, it is a better option per se for the hair. I still use both the hair grease as well as the mineral oils, petroleums, even Vaseline on my hair and scalp. So I'm just applying straight down the hair shaft. And one of the things I do like about putting the butters as well as the hair grease on my hair, it does prevent the fairy knots. My hair does tend to get a lot of fairy knots because, again, I don't have my ends tucked away. I keep them exposed, and they do, being with the rubbing on the collar and stuff, some of my ends do tend to knot up. So me putting the butter directly on the end does help aid in prevention of the fairy knots. So again, just applying directly to the end and going in and applying directly on the scalp, directly moisturizing that scalp. And being that it is the winter months, I do recommend you incorporating this step in your head. Again, packing that patience, packing that time, because natural hair does take time. It's not a quick 5-minute process and you're done. You have to allot the time to do it. And this is some new growth, you all, I have right here. This was like a thinning patch, and I credit that to the hair growth vitamins, and it has grown. So now I've just been nurturing what has grown back as a result, and just incorporating that with the current strands that I already have. So the hair growth vitamins I have used has been a tremendous help, but like I stated before, hair was growing everywhere in places that I did not want a whole bunch of hair growth, so I kind of like regressed from taking the hair growth vitamins, but I will be incorporating it back into my hair and skin regimen in about a couple of months or so. So this section right here is pretty much done. And again, just taking another section of hair. It is always best to work in sections. And the reason why I'm taking my time explaining this to you all, because most videos that are out there, everything is just quick. It's not an actual thorough explanation on how to really care for the hair, especially now. It seems like our attention spans, in my opinion, have gotten very shortened, where we cannot sit through a full 5-10 minute video. We want the quick microwave type result, but we don't want to do the slow oven, slow cooking, crock pot cooking required work. So again, I'm just going to start by putting the shea butter on the hair, then oiling my scalp and just going down the hair shaft and detangling at the ends, working my way up and getting a lot of this product directly on the ends, you all, directly on the ends. This is a must, because the ends are the oldest part of your hair. So you want to make sure that you're applying that product directly on the ends of the hair. So giving myself a good scalp massage is another piece, another tool in my toolbox that I use in aiding in the length as well as the moisture retention of the hair, because natural hair does require moisture. Moisture is one of the key elements in retaining the length and also making the hair more manageable. I don't recommend you using or any type of detangling or any type of manipulation of the hair, especially at its natural state while it's dry. So again, just taking another section of hair, and being that the hair does get on my collar with my uniform, it does have a little bit of knots, which is fine. It is fine. I'm just going in and just doing a soft detangle, and that's why I do put the shea butter or the hair grease at the end, because again, with it rubbing on the collar throughout the day, it will help ease some of that knotting and friction that causes the knotting of the hair. And I have a rat tail comb where I am putting out some of the shea butter pieces, because it just makes it easy to work with, because I like digging in with my fingers. And again, just softening the product, softening the product. And the best part about shea butter, you can use it on your hair, you can use it on your skin. So it's like a universal type thing, versus with hair greases is only tailored for the hair. So that's another benefit of using the shea butter. You can also use it on your skin. Now, if you do use Vaseline on your hair, you can turn around and use it on the skin. But I do not recommend you doing that with the hair greases. And just doing a soft detangle. My hair is not wet doing this right here. It's just a very soft and light detangle, and the shea butter is just going in, lubricating those strands, making it easy to glide and work through. And again, look at this length, you all. I'm sliding back so you all can see the length. Look at the length. And also too, I have on old clothing. I pretty much keep on an old t-shirt while I'm doing this, so I do not wear my best clothing while I am working in my hair, even just getting ready, period, because you don't want to mess up your clothes. So again, taking this section of hair, and being I got enough product on there, I'm just going to work the product in that I currently have on my hand. And I did a good detangle on yesterday, so I'm not really going in and detangling, but I do have a little bit of shed hair that is coming out which is natural, you all. Natural hair sheds every single day. So this is just hair that's just going to shed on its own. Here I'm rubbing it in my shea butter and just smoothing it on my scalp. Smoothing it on the scalp. This section right here is just pretty much complete. I'm going to take my fingers and do a scalp massage. And just massage the product in. Section the hair. Massage some product in. And again, just doing a nice scalp massage on this section of hair. So this is not a whole lot of time, but I do recommend that you allot the time to aid in caring for your natural hair. And then again, this is another drugstore, very purse-friendly product. I bought the shea butters when they were on clearance. I got each jar for around $2-3. So I had swiped the shelf. And that was another reason why I started incorporating shea butter in my routine. Shea butter is a little bit on the pricier side. I'm not saying I cannot afford to pay. I just choose not to pay $15-16 for a hair product. So that's why I just wait until the product goes on clearance, and then I'll swipe what is ever left on the shelf. And look how easily that is able to detangle because I've got the ends lubricated and saturated. And my baby hairs up here, you all, I'm just amazed how they have came in and how they have grown. Credit that to me just doing the necessary things needed to get my hair back to the way it was growing up. And I'm satisfied with these results. I am very satisfied. And again, not a whole lot of shed hair like it was on yesterday. I'm just going through, just doing a soft detangle. And again, not a whole lot of shed hair, just getting that out of the way because you don't want the hair to retangle and pretty much sabotage the work that you already done because it retangled back into your hair. And working in sections is best. I know I'm taking a little bit bigger sections for recording purposes, but I actually do work in smaller sections and repeating the steps. And being that it is the winter months, hair tends to get a whole lot drier as well as your skin in the winter. So you want to incorporate these extra steps to help with the moisture retention in your hair as well. Just melting the product down and just going down the hair shaft first, letting that product lubricate in the strands. You all see my hair does knot up. That's because of the traction from the collar, but you see how the knot was able to unravel on its own just by me going in and lightly detangling and saturating those strands with a little bit of butter because it still has the moisture from yesterday when I did condition it. So I'm just going in and putting a seal on that. So it's not a whole lot to it when doing the natural hair and overall caring for it. It's just packing the patience and a lot of the time and being consistent. That's pretty much it. I'm going to do the rest of it off camera. I just still have this back part, the briar patch that I call, because this is the part that gets the most tangled. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time in there. But I just want to come on real quick to show you all on how I detangle. Well, not really detangle, but pretty much sealing the moisture of the product of my hair using shea butter. One thing, the only drawback to shea butter is that sometimes it does not melt all the way and you do get a little bit of the pieces in there, which is fine because in the morning time, by the time I put my bonnet on and let it sit overnight, the pieces will be pretty much dissolved in the morning. So this is just pretty much it. I went in again with the Shea Moisture's 100% pure raw shea butter right here. And I credit that to my length as well as the moisture retention of my hair. Being that it is the winter months, I do recommend that you incorporate either hair greases or shea butter products into your hair care regimen. Until next time, you all be blessed and be glamorous.